Most people spend their lives searching for answers. How do I find peace? How do I stay focused? How do I build a life I can respect? But here is the truth most people never confront. Your life does not change when you find answers. It changes when you start asking the right questions. Questions that don't comfort you. Questions that don't entertain you. Questions that don't protect your ego. Questions that interrupt your patterns. That expose your habits. That force you to stop running from yourself. So before we begin, ask yourself this. When was the last time you asked a question that genuinely made you uncomfortable? Not a motivational thought, not a quote you saved and forgot, but a question that made you pause, that made you feel exposed, that made you realize something had to change. This is not philosophy as theory. This is Stoic wisdom used as a mirror. In this episode, you will face 12 questions. They're simple, they're direct, and if you answer them honestly, they can change the entire direction of your life. Because clarity is not found in comfort. It is found in stillness. In the moment you stop distracting yourself and finally listen. Let's begin. Who are you spending your time with? This sounds like a simple question. It isn't. Your life is shaped by the people you allow close to you, not just physically, but mentally. The voices you hear daily, the opinions you absorb, the standards you slowly adopt. You may think you're independent, but look closely. Their habits influence yours. Their fears seep into your decisions. Their limits quietly become your limits. The Stoics warn that character is not fixed. No one is immune to influence. You can be disciplined, ambitious, and self-aware. But if you surround yourself with people who avoid responsibility, chase comfort, and complain instead of act, their energy will eventually infect yours. Not because you are weak, because you are human. So ask yourself honestly, who has access to your mind when you are tired? Who shapes your definition of success? Who influences your standards of discipline, money, relationships, and self-respect? Every conversation is a transaction. It either sharpens you or dulls you. It either challenges you or drains you. You do not owe everyone access to your time. You do not owe anyone access to your energy. You can love people and still limit exposure. Protecting your circle is not arrogance. It is survival. Because when you guard your environment, clarity returns. And when clarity returns, growth becomes possible. Is this in my control? This single question can save you years of suffering. Most stress comes from trying to control what was never yours. Other people's behavior, past mistakes, future outcomes, external approval. Epictetus drew a clear line. Some things are up to you. Some things are not. Your effort is yours. Your response is yours. Your discipline is yours. Everything else is noise. The moment you ask, is this in my control? You stop reacting and start choosing. You reclaim your power. You stop wasting energy on resentment and redirect it toward action. Control is not force. It is focus. Master what belongs to you. Your thoughts, your actions, your character, and the chaos of the outside world loses its grip. That is freedom. What does your perfect day look like? Most people don't know. They chase goals without knowing how they want their life to feel. They pursue success without defining peace. But your life is not built in highlights. It is built in ordinary days. If you don't define what a good day looks like, you will never know if you're moving toward it or away from it. The Stoics lived intentionally. They asked not, is this impressive, but is this essential? Your perfect day is not indulgence. It is alignment. How do you wake up? How do you move through the day? What do you protect? What do you avoid? What leaves you grounded instead of drained? Peace is not earned later. It is designed daily. If you don't design your days, the world will design them for you. Do you want to be, or do you want to do? This question exposes the ego. Most people want to be seen as disciplined, successful, wise. Few want to quietly do the work. Stoicism rejects performance. It values action without applause. When you chase identity, you start posing instead of building. You manage perception instead of creating impact. Doing is rare. Doing is uncomfortable. Doing does not guarantee recognition, but doing builds character. Stop asking who you want to appear to be. Ask what needs to be done today. When you focus on action, identity follows. Who are you really doing this for? This question cuts deep. Are you pursuing this goal because it matters to you, or because you're trying to prove something? Many ambitions are fueled by unexamined wounds. The need for approval, the fear of being insignificant, the desire to silence doubt. The Stoics taught that desires must be examined, not obeyed. Ask yourself, if no one ever saw this, would I still want it? If the answer is yes, you are aligned. If not, you have work to do. Clean motives create sustainable ambition. Dirty motives create burnout. What am I missing by worrying or being afraid? Worry feels productive. It isn't. Fear promises safety. It lies. While you worry, life moves on. Opportunities pass. Moments expira. Seneca said we suffer more in imagination than reality. Ask yourself honestly, what have I avoided because of fear? What growth have I delayed? What version of myself have I postponed? Confidence comes after action, not before it. Move anyway. Are you doing your job? Not your job title. Your real job. Your responsibility to train your body. Sharpen your mind. Strengthen your character. When you stop doing your job, you start criticizing others. You project instead of build. Marcus Aurelius asked one question daily. What is required of me now? Ask again. Then act. What really matters to me? Noise thrives on confusion. If you don't decide what matters, everything will demand your attention. Marcus Aurelius said, do less, but what is essential? Your calendar reveals your values. Your habits reveal your priorities. Clarity requires subtraction. Say no without guilt. Protect what matters. Who is this for? When you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. Define who you serve. Sometimes it is the past version of yourself. Sometimes it is one person who needs clarity. Precision creates impact. Does this actually matter? Most stress is misplaced importance. Zoom out. 1 week. 1 year. Will this still matter? If not, release it. Energy is finite. Spend it wisely. Will this be live time or dead time? Time is sacred. Dead time numbs. Live time builds. Even waiting seasons can sharpen you if you stay awake. Ask daily, am I using this time or escaping it? What if this is your only chance to get it right? Memento mori. Not to scare you, to wake you. This is not a rehearsal. This is your life. You don't need perfection. You need honesty. Live as if this matters, because it does. The questions you ask shape your life. Not copied answers, not borrowed routines, but the quiet questions you face when no one is watching. Ask them often. Answer them honestly. Then let your actions speak. Because clarity is not found in theory. It is lived